took for several days. At last, the Fat Controller opened the shed. "I hope you are sorry," he said sternly, "and understand that you are not so important after all. Thomas, Edward, and Percy have worked the line very nicely, and they need a change, and I will let you out if you promise to be good." "Yes, sir," said the 3 engines, "we will." "That's right, but please remember that this shunting nonsense must stop." He told Thomas, Edward and Percy that they could go and play on the branch line for a few days. They ran off happily and found Annie and Clarabelle at the junction. The 2 coaches were pleased to see Thomas again, and he took them for a run at once. Edward and Percy played with trucks. "Stop! Stop! Stop!" screamed the trucks as they were pushed into their proper sidings. But the 2 engines laughed and went on shunting until the trucks were tidily arranged. Next, Edward took some empty trucks to the quarry, and Percy was left alone. Percy didn't mind that. He liked being alone and watching the trains, being cheeky to the engines. "Hurry, hurry, hurry," he would call to them. Gordon, Henry and James got very cross. After a while, he took some trucks over the main line to an empty siding. When they were tidy, he ran onto the main line again and waited for the signalman to set the point so that he could cross back to the yard. Edward had warned Percy, "Be careful on the main line. Whistle to the signalman to tell him that you are there." Percy didn't remember to whistle, and so the signalman was so busy and forgot about Percy. Bells rang in the signal box. The man answered, saying the line was clear and set the signals for the next train. Percy waited and waited. The points were still against him. He looked along the main line. Beep, beep! He whistled in horror.
Rushing straight towards
was Gordon with the express. Gordon's driver shut off steam and applied the brakes. Percy's driver turned on full steam. "Back, Percy, back!" he yelled. But Percy's wheels wouldn't turn quickly. Gordon was coming so fast, it seemed he couldn't stop. With shut eyes, Percy waited for the crash. His driver and fireman jumped out. "Oh!" groaned Gordon. "Get out of my way!" Percy opened his eyes. Gordon had stopped, with Percy's buffers a few inches from his own, but Percy had begun to move. "I won't stay here, I'll run away," he puffed. He was soon clear of the station and running as fast as he could. He went through Edward's station whistling loudly, and was so frightened that he ran right up Gordon's hill without stopping. He was so tired then, and wanted to stop, but he couldn't. He had no driver to shut off steam and apply the brakes. "I shall have to run until my wheels wear out," he thought sadly. "Oh dear, oh dear." "I want to stop, I want to stop," he panted. He passed under the signal box. "I know just what you want, little Percy," called the man kindly. He set the points, and Percy puffed wearily onto a nice siding, ending in a big bank of earth. Percy was too tired now to care where he went. "I want to stop, I want to stop. I have stopped," he panted thankfully, as his bunker buried itself in the bank. "Never mind, Percy," said the workman as they dug him out. "You shall have a nice drink and some coal, and then you'll feel better." Presently, Gordon arrived. "Well done, Percy. You started so quickly you stopped a nasty accident." "I'm sorry I was cheeky," said Percy. "You were clever to stop." Percy now works in the yard and finds coaches for the trains. He's still cheeky because he's sort of injured, but he's always most careful when he goes on the main line.